Oops, wrong camera. Okay guys, welcome to a live video. No car reviews for this week. There's gonna be car show I'm going next week. So wanted to do a live video and see if there's anyone who's gonna drop by. So far, no one. Okay, it's the middle of the day, obviously, at least at my local time, 2:30. Hello there. So I wanted to do a Q&A questions. If you have any questions for the channel, I apologize about the light. There's like clouds, so it's gonna get really sunny and then really dark, so I'm gonna turn on the light here. I wanted to talk about the channel. Last year I started doing this as a full-time job, and had some success. I've passed more than 3,000 subscribers, and started making a little money on it, doing a living, and I reinvested back into the channel portion of that money. Of course, a lot of money pays for my life expenses, but I've bought a new phone. This is my old one. I'm filming now on the iPhone XS. This was the iPhone 7. The one I had was 6S. This is my mother's phone. She lended me this one. I still haven't transferred her data from the old one. So I got the new camera. I got the two GoPro cameras as well. This is the Hero 7 and Hero 5. I got this one used, and I got this one brand new. Both are 4K quality. Unfortunately, 60 frames per second are not possible on my Macintosh where I am editing my videos, because it's an older 7 years old computer, but most of the videos are too shaky if the 60 frames per second are really truthful. They're like really fast motions, so I'm gonna stick to 4K 30 frames per second. I also got the drone. I'm gonna slide here, show you guys. I got a used DJI drone. DJI drone Spark. This is like the entry drone. Has a little gimbal, only 2 axes, so it can go up and down. It has a stabilization. So this is the DJI drone, and I'm gonna use it in my future videos. I did use it in like 2 videos, in Mazda video, and I believe in Touareg. So this is going to be used. I'm going to try using this more in the future. In less than a week, so next week, I'm going to Austria, to Geneva. There's going to be a car show in Vienna, so there's going to be a lot of content. Currently, it's super cold here in Croatia, and it's not ideal for doing car reviews. It's actually really cold outside, so there's probably not going to be any videos until tomorrow. I mean, excuse me, until next week. Tomorrow I might go to a salon, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna make any videos. I did see a few questions here, just too small and away, so I'm not familiar with this live stream. I saw some messages. I'm not sure how can I turn them on. So feel free to ask again, and I'll answer the question now, because I'm now looking at my camera and at my phone to see any of questions you have. So shoot away. If you have questions about YouTube, I can answer it in Croatian as well. But if you have any questions about YouTube, how it works, I did start doing this full-time last year. I'm doing it for a year now. In the future, I'm hoping to go more car shows, do more car reviews, and hopefully do some collaborations. There is a popular channel I love personally, that is Autovlog. You should go check it out on YouTube. I recommend it. It's a really honest guy who inspired me to start doing car reviews, because he showed how much money actually can make. What's the worst car I've driven? Are you talking about the new cars or like the old cars? It's a hard question. Car I have right now is Skoda Octavia. It's a 2014 model year. Um, and okay, still the worst car, I'm not sure. I think my mom's car was the worst before. It was the old Opel Kadett. I've passed my driver's license and I tried driving that car. It didn't have the uh, new steering wheels that are that have aid with the electronic pump, so it's easy to move the steering wheel. I thought it was easier to drive a tank. That car had the old steering wheel. You have to really push a lot of force to steer the car. It was super frightful for me, coming from out of school, learning on the new cars. Um, please don't know. Okay, so the questions are coming too fast. Another question I saw is, how do I get new cars? Okay, so this is how the whole concept started. Well, when I bought my first car, which is Skoda Octavia, I've got it as used it was used 1 year and 7 months, and I got it like on a really good price. It was almost half the price of a new car. So I was dreaming of getting my first car, and this car was fully packed. I've went to Germany, I got it, came back to Croatia with it, and I was really pretty much satisfied with the car. So I was really enthusiastic about Skoda, and I've opened, Google. I started researching before I bought the car, and there was maybe few reviews on YouTube, and I really liked those videos because I wanted to see as much as possible information about the new car I was getting. So the idea came to me a little later. Why not do car reviews? Because I was working in IT before, and I wasn't satisfied with the job. It was not paid as well as I wanted to, and I got laid off after working for 4 years in IT, and then my mind started thinking of doing something on my own. And when I bought the car, I found out, if you're a Skoda owner, go to it's called breeskoda.net. I'm gonna leave a comment later so you can find it. It's a British forum, so it's in English. I found a lot of information about my car, and I started doing some videos. First thing that I did, I found a software for the infotainment system, and I upload that video how to install the new software, because I was working in IT, working with computers. I've installed software. How much money make? That's a good question. Well, gonna jump to this question now. Try coming back later to how I started doing car reviews. The money I can make is between, now it was between, in this past year, 2018, was from around 100 euros to about 1,000 euros. And it really depends on the number of views you generate and amount of ads that are being paid. I talk in English. I don't talk in Croatian because Croatian is a small audience here in Balkans, and I'm aiming at a broad audience. So I know my English is good. I don't have that foreign accent as much. Sorry if the camera is shaking a little bit. I'm holding the tripod in my hand because it's broken, so it's not stable. So I've started last year. I was making maybe 100. Now I made about 1,000 euros per month, but it's variable very much because some countries like United States have CPM. It's like cent per million. You can count it as 1,000, actually dollar per 1,000 views. So in Europe we have euro per 1,000 views. So every country has its own budget that it's invested in ads. So in the US it's about $8 to $10. Here where I live, it's about 1 to 2 euros, which is a little. So I have broad audience worldwide. So there's a lot of countries with high CPM and low CPM. So it really depends. You can make a lot of money sometimes and nothing if you don't work. So back to the question, how I started and how do I get cars? Well, when I got the first car, I started doing some videos on the forums just to help other owners. And after that, I've switched to making car reviews. I went to the first salon, which was a Skoda dealer, and I asked them, hey, can I make a video just to share it with some forums friends? They're interested in buying new cars. They were kind of shocked, like, why would you make a video? But they were like, okay, there's no harm in that. So they've lended me to review the first car I made. It was really awkward, and I also made my own car review. When I got the new car, it was super awkward. Just, you know, talking in front of your camera, letting audience see you. Talking in public is really awkward at the beginning, and you really have to deal with that in your head. And there's a lot of also when I started 3 years ago, there was like a lot of people watching me on the street, like, or in the car salon. What are you doing? Why is this guy talking to a camera? Why is he looking at the camera? Now they do realize, okay, this guy is making a review. So, you know, but it was really super awkward. And it started like that. I went to one salon in Skoda, made a few videos. Then I went to Volkswagen when the new RTN came out. And that car, I've asked to test the car. I made a video later of the test. First, I did a test without the camera. Then I talked about what is my plan, that I want to make car reviews if they would lend me the car, because it's a free promotion, free advertisement for them, for Volkswagen and for Skoda and for other cars. And then I started doing Audi and Volvo, Kia, and Mercedes by now, and Mazda as well. I do want to spread to the other brands, and it's super in Croatia the mentality is super closed. So when you come to some dealers, they're like, what do we have of this? You're talking in English. You know, no one's gonna watch that in Croatia. But some are like, oh, great, it doesn't matter if it's in English. Croatians is no English, they're gonna watch your videos. Here's a car. And it was entire year it took me to convince some dealers to give me cars, and now I've got a good reputation of making car reviews, and I'm moving step by step forward. I see a lot of you are gone, probably a lot of people are working still, and a reason why I wanted this job in a way, because it gives me freedom to work when I want. I'm my own boss, and I create my own time when I'm working, and I have a lot more free time. Thank you. Hvala. A little bit on Croatian, just a little bit. Trebalo jako puno truda, upornosti da bi kanal došao tu di je, pogotovo uz ovaj naš zatvoreni mentalitet. Ali evo, guram korak po korak i kanal raste. Idemo u Austriju sljedeći tjedan, u Beč, gdje ću snimiti još puno novog sadržaja, nova Škoda Scala i ostali noviteti koji budu. Okay, so I'm just talking about Croatian. It takes step by step, a lot of hard work to build the channel to this far. And I'm going to Vienna next week. There's going to be a new Škoda Scala. I'm really interested in that car. I was super disappointed because I saw the Vision RS, which is super sharp, aggressive car. I even thought of selling my own car and getting a Škoda Scala, to be honest, but it's kind of tough now financially. I'm making money for, you know, living, but I'm still not at that comfort zone where I can, you know, have extra money from YouTube that I can spend and buy a new car. Yes, we do have Kia Stinger in Croatia. I did like maybe one of the first reviews. This is still when I was starting and I didn't have too much video editing experience, but I started testing new things. Unfortunately, I haven't tested one. I've been talking to the Kia's, this is Kia and Volvo in the same building there. I mean, it's a local dealer that sells both cars. They had the Kia Stinger, and last year, it's about this time, after New Year when the car came, and I wanted to test the car, and there was heavy snow, and later time went on, and I couldn't get the test car because there was always some other press getting the car. So it's a madness here with the press cars. Some dealers help me. They give me car for 2, 3, or 4 hours. That's how much I get, guys. Few hours, and in those few hours I have to make content for you guys. I do not get the car for a week to test it properly, so I can, you know, explore all the good and the bad things of the car and take it for a road trip or something. in the future, hopefully I'll get to that point where I could do a lot better reviews. Yeah, thank you. So, you know, it's a hard work here in Croatia. In America, it's a completely different story. Plus, you make a lot more money on ads because it's a big market, and there's a huge country that, you know, speaks the same language. So, you know, it's a big market. Everyone's gonna give you a car that has any idea of modern, you know, branding and advertisement on the internet. So yeah, that's kind of my story. And the funny thing is, there are two YouTubers who influenced my life. First one doesn't have to do with the car reviews. Is Casey Neistat. Some of you might have heard of him. You should Google him. The guy, um, he defied every rule in his life and still succeeded. And I have a dyslexia, so that's one of the things that was hard in my life as a kid, learning stuff, but didn't stop me into finishing college and all other stuff. And the second guy that has the automotive channel that I mentioned at the beginning, if you're tuning in, is Mike from Autovlog. So just go on YouTube, type Autovlog. There's a guy, he lives in the States. He's from Sweden, actually. His name is Mike. He started doing car reviews. He was working in Ford salon, and he was, you know, starting to do Ford car reviews. And he had a Ford Fusion in Europe. It's called Mondeo, I think, at least here in Croatia. And he started doing car reviews, and especially about the Ford Fusion. So he did something that was incredible that, you know, I found him that way on the YouTube. So he went on a highway. He had an automatic transmission, and driving 60 miles per hour, that's about 100 kilometers per hour, he put his car into park, which is something you should not do. Okay, so Peugeot and Alfa Romeo are car brands I still haven't reviewed. Hopefully in this year I will, because there's if you're Croatian, Auto Gašparić. So they sell Mercedes. I was testing the new C-Class and the new E-Class Coupe. I'm gonna have some, you know, collaboration this year with them. They're going to, at least they promise to, they're gonna, trying to remember their English word, they're going to give me a ticket to Geneva, press day. So in Austria, I got a press ticket, so it's not, I'm in Paris, I couldn't get a press ticket. It was absolute madness. There was more than 500,000 people on that car show I was trying to film. But back on the topic, Peugeot and Alfa Romeo, hopefully this year. Alfa Romeo, yeah, Mercedes, Alfa Romeo, Jeep, and Hyundai is the Auto Gašparić group here in Croatia. So hopefully in the future I'll do reviews. About Peugeot, I would love to test the new 508 and some other Peugeot cars. I just have to reach to them and find a dealer that I think will understand the you know, YouTube thing. And I was mentioning Mike. So Mike from Autovlog did a video, few videos that had that went viral. So he got like 1 million views in a day. So he did also, like, if you have a wireless key on a start-stop button, so you have a wireless key, you're driving, what happens if you throw that key out of the car? When will car turn off? That's a video that was like really interesting. And also what happens if you're driving and put your automatic in reverse. And those videos blew up in views. And I think at some point he quitted his job because he was making a lot of money from YouTube ads. And I think in one video he mentioned he made $11,000. So at some point he made a video about how much money he makes. He showed his YouTube platform, AdSense, how much money he makes. And that was a click for me, like, I want to try making money on YouTube because I was doing car reviews. I did not turn on monetization at first because I thought you had to have 1 million views, 1 million subscribers to actually make some money. And then my friend told me her her uncle that lives in Canada, is a surgeon, and he's lecturing on a college, and he made some videos for his students, and he turned on monetization and started making money, at least decent money, maybe 1,000 Canadian dollars a month. Then I thought to myself, okay, I'm gonna try. I turned it on, and first time I made 20 euros. And then a few months later, it was like 20, 60, 30. There was some drops and ups and downs. There's always ups and downs in monetization, but I made then with the Volkswagen Arteon, I made a first review on the internet, guys. It was super awkward video. I'm talking in English sometimes when I want to think what I'm gonna mention next. I start doing this something that I have to quit. It's spontaneously. It's not something I easily control, so I'm still practicing not to do those breaks and just shut up. But yeah, see, like now in that video there was so much that it was embarrassing, but I left the video and had in 1 month 100,000 views and made me 100 euros. And after that I thought to myself, I want to make car reviews, but my parents were like, you need to get a real job. And then I did find a job in sales, and it gave me a lot of information of sales and marketing, how it works. And I lost that job less than a month because there was some internal things and a lot of pressure. But at that month I made 1,000 kunas. It's around maybe 700 no 700 no, it was about I'm not really good with math from the top of my head. Yeah, it was a little more than 700. No, not 700 euros. Okay, anyway, yeah, sales, it's a lot of pressure in sales. And what I wanted to say, at that month I decided I made $1,000 in Croatian kunas, and if I only start doing car reviews, maybe I can make more. Next month I made $2,000. Actually, okay, 1.5, then 2. So you get the picture. Exponentially, I started growing. And with all this hates, there was a lot of hates on the channel. There were people like, oh, why are you doing this? You suck. Your car reviews are not good. You know, your camera's shaking, everything. Let me give you a word of advice. If you want to start doing something, forget the critics. They're good. Always listen to them to improve yourself. But start listening to yourself. If you want to build your dream, you have to keep pushing forward. There's always going to be ups and downs, but you have to keep working and working. And if you're good at it, your work is going to pay off. My work paid off. I was never making 1,000 euros salary in my life when I was working for an employee in IT. And IT is supposed to be a well-paid job, but apparently it's not. Here in Croatia, we have our own, difficulties and huge taxes and everything. It's a great country to live in, but life is really expensive, and I decided to work on my own. So I think I should end the video. I think it's 23 minutes. Timing's not good because it's local European time, 3 o'clock almost, and a lot of people are working, so they cannot tune in. And I usually do not have a lot of followers. Thank you all for following me, liking this video. Most of my videos, I call those guys, I'm getting some notifications here, I call those guys parachuters. They just come here, they've, saw the video, they're looking into car, interested in the car, they see the car, they see the video, and they leave. Sometimes they subscribe, but they're not regular to the channel. I know if I had a car, maybe a sports car, there would be a lot more interest in people that are watching these videos. I thought of doing a daily vlogs, but I haven't started that yet. Audi A8. Yeah, that's the car. Even the Drive Tribe. So that's the X Top Gear crew. Dave mentioned my Audi A8 and Audi A3 video. My friend bought an A3 and I did a car review. Unfortunately, I never drew the Audi A8. I did drive the new A6. One of the best cars definitely is Audi A6 and Mazda Mazda 6 are the two top cars I've driven, at least as far as a sedan. And the last car I drew, it was Volkswagen Touareg. It was definitely one of the most impressive cars, relaxing comfort. Hopefully this year, I didn't do a lot of car test drives because it's a problem, as I mentioned, getting test drives, but that'll be my main focus, getting more cars. And the thing I wanted to talk about Mike, but keep jumping to other topics, is at some point, Mike started making a lot of money and he bought his dream car, which was AMG Mercedes C-Class C63S. So, and he started tuning the car, doing modifications, cosmetic and performance modifications. He got a lot of views. The channel in last year had a boom. So in 2017, he was like me, a small YouTuber, and then for 2018, he got a car in the beginning of the year or end of 2017, and his channel just exploded. I think he passed like maybe 500,000 subscribers. I might be mistaken now. Definitely check that channel. I'm gonna end the video here because there's only one person at the moment watching. Thank you guys for watching this live stream. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. As always, I try to answer all of your questions. And I'm gonna see you in the next video. Stay safe on the road. Bye. Okay, how do I stop this? And yes, and